That sound means you're back on the air with the Restaurant Brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon. And now it's time for our Restaurant Reality segment. Today we've been talking about emerging franchises, what they are, how they grow, and more. Hey, Eric, it's time to cut to the inside scoop and unbridled truth. Is franchising for everyone?
Great question, Robin. I think, honestly, the answer is no. It's not for everybody. There's tremendous benefit to franchising your brand, including additional income, more exposure, the satisfaction that your concept has gone, bigger than what you could handle originally, and it will far exceed probably your dream and expectation, and grow beyond that single store unit that you may have put on the on the street at one time, But there's some reason why we would say that, right?
I would say yes, and I think some of the guests today sort of highlighted that you can often be quite successful in a one-man show and then try to transition into franchising, and what you find is your skill set doesn't transfer over. Because think about it, one single good location and great food is not enough to start a franchise because you have to have the process. And some people are just honestly much better in the kitchen than they are at building a process, which is what you have to have in order to duplicate results, because it's the foundation of the franchise. So if you can do something exceptionally well, but you can't teach somebody else to do it, you're dead in the water as a franchisor.
So what you're saying basically is that if you're thinking mailbox money here, because you're just going to show somebody how to cook your special secret sauce, in your hot dogs or your hamburgers or something, you're better off to stay up late at night and buy one of the infomercial or something that gives you mailbox money, because franchising is not the right thing. So don't.
Well, Zach said that because he said, listen, I'm learning how to not be a restaurateur anymore and learning to be a franchisor, because think about it. You are selling an experience at dinner, maybe it's $25, $50 to eat dinner, and that's what you're selling every single day. And you're flipping that to selling somebody into buying your brand, which means an investment of hundreds of thousands of dollars. The order of magnitude is unbelievable. It's an entirely different sales model, and most restaurateurs don't have that skill set.
That's right. It's a very different skill set, and it's also, part of this is the challenge is that you know how to operate a restaurant. Brad said it best. It resonated. It says, it's like having five. If you have 5 franchisees, you got to make them happy. It's like having 5 marriages at one time. If one of them fails, all of them collectively will fail.
Okay, now I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't know a man in my life that can handle 5 marriages.
I would agree, but that is almost as task as daunting. I mean, we know how you start, and we've seen a lot of people, even us as a restaurant broker, Robin, that have, had tremendous business. I mean, business making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year out of one single unit, 1 to 2 unit, making, almost $1 million in profit, net profit in their pocket at the end. And then they had a great idea to franchise, but their skill set wasn't an operations very strong.
And it's not just skills, it's also money, because it is pricey. I mean, you've got a franchise attorney, that's, $25,000 to $50,000. You need a franchise consultant to do your operations manual. You need a trainer on your team or some kind of process development training person to put everything into a format. You may know what temperature the fryer has to be to produce great wings, and you can take one look at it and say it's hot enough, but you've got to figure out how to measure it, quantify it, put it in either e-learning or a document or something that sits above the fryer to tell everybody else so that they can get the same result every single time, because that's what the franchise process is. You get the same result every single door you're in.
You got to download your brain, everything you know, into some form, whether it's an electronic form or paper form or something, and it's a big challenge to be able to do these things. It's
not only that. Think about the staffing commitment you have to make, because you have to say, by the way, I am going to put what's making me money over here to the side, so I'm going to have to hire somebody else to come in and do what's making me money so I can bet on the future and take over the new function. So you not only lose your income, you have to pay someone else to do the job so that you can then invest over here in this alternate path, which is franchising. So it's not a decision to take lightly. So I guess my question is, we have spent a lot of time right now saying, ooh, this might not be for everyone, but what are some of the upsides? What are the benefits, Eric?
I think some of the benefit is in the bigger picture that, there's a need or there's a market for your product, and, you're able to do that and also share. I mean, at the end of the day, owning your own business is still the American dream. And, you're able to put some people in business that, were interested maybe in the food industry, didn't quite have the background or the wherewithal on their own to go, and then you can transfer your system to someone and make them successful in their community as a business owner, employ people in their community, and be their own boss. I think that's a great way.
And that has to make you so proud as a business owner to see that door open in a different state or in a cross town, and you say, look, I taught them that. And then ultimately the payoff is that you are building something so much bigger for yourself. It's building a royalty stream and a revenue stream. So you don't ever have to go back into that kitchen. You're done.
And the reality is also that if you're a one man, you have one shop, two shops right now, three shops, or if you have one store and you've been in business a year and you're doing really well, and your next step's like, hey, I'm going to franchise this. According to the experts today, you may want to think that twice. You may have to open some more store. Because it's not. You may be better to open corporate stores because you may be better at running. We heard people say, hey, we had 75 units, highly successful concept in my opinion, but when they tried to franchise, that did not work at all.
Hey, I've got an emerging franchise I want to talk about today.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one it is, but go for it.
How about a We Sell Restaurants franchise? Now that sounds like a business model that works.
I love it. I'm already bought into this. Trust me. And this is a great thing because we think outside the box. You may think about going into the restaurant business. You may not have the capital. You may not want to invest the time, or you may not like the lifestyle that comes along with it. But this is as close as you can get to the restaurant industry without actually having all the staff, the late nights, and everything, Robin, isn't it?
It's like banker's hours for the restaurant industry.
I love it.
And think about this. There's 990,000 restaurants in the United States. 20% of them are for sale at any given time. 20%. That's a lot of restaurants that need to be sold. And when people are ready to sell, they want to come to somebody who knows what they're doing, understands how to make that transfer process easy, knows how to attract buyers, and pulls it all together. And so the We Sell Restaurants franchise model fits right in to this need that's being created.
Yeah, and Robin and I are emerging franchisors, and we have learned how to do this. We've been in business over 10 years as brokers. So we didn't start this, overnight. So we have processes, we build everything. Everything the step that our expert did today, we did that, and we are continually making our franchisees happy and work hard with them to continue the growth and the success of them.
And I will tell you, the reality is it's hard work, yes, but it's paid off in spades for us as restaurant brokers, and we really think it's time now to show this to other people. And you think about it, you get to be close to the restaurant industry, but you don't have any employees, don't have any messy payroll, no payroll taxes, don't have a lease, don't have to get a monstrous loan. It's very capital, it's not very capital intensive, and we build in the stream of leads that we give to every franchisee. Do you know how many seller leads we gave our franchisees last year?
Robin, I would guess that it's probably close to 30-something. 32
franchise seller leads last year.
Wow.
And the average franchise commission the average commission on the restaurant that they sold last year, do you know that number?
I would say right under $10,000.
You are pretty darn close. You know your business, $9,785.
Wow.
So it's a field that can be very lucrative if you know how to do it, and that's where our training and our technology come into play. We have a proprietary platform called The Boss. What does that stand for?
Brokers, Operations, and Sales System.
See, you must have taken our franchise training,
and
which is like 4 weeks.
The beauty of it, too, Robin, is, you're going to go invest in a restaurant. You're talking $200,000 to $400,000. You can be all in, ready to go with some operating capital under $100,000 in our brand.
Okay. I think everybody out there is convinced they're ready to buy.
WeSellRestaurants.com. Come on over. We want to talk to you.
And while you're at it, take a moment and check out our Facebook page at facebook.com, We Sell Restaurants. Check out our Twitter feed. It's @SellRestaurants. That's the handle. Of course, we are your industry authority and source for information. We are the Restaurant Brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon.